besties. Welcome or welcome back to Life Made and Reality. Today, we're doing something a little bit different. This is not going to be another episode because it's the beginning of something big. Can you guess what it is? Okay, so welcome to Back to Basics, a series where I will strip away the fluff, the highlight reels, the Instagram perfect illusions, and get back to what actually matters: the foundation, the truth, the stuff people will never actually talk about, the stuff they will never tell you, but what you actually need to hear. If we have not met yet, I'm Chika. Okay, I'm your digital bestie. I'm your sister, and I'm also your guide through this wild ride called life. And let me tell you, I have been through it. If life had a university for learning lessons the hard way, I have graduated, honestly. And that's why we're here, to talk, to be real, and to figure things out together. Today's topic, I'm going to be talking about the college experience, unfiltered, the highs, the lows, the help me Jesus moments, and the survival hacks you need to get through it all. So grab your coffee, grab your blanket, or if you're like me, you grab your emotional support snack because this is gonna be a heart to heart talk. Alright, alright. First things first. College. People look at college and they look at Pinterest and they think it's the same thing. It's not. People look at college, they look at Pinterest, Instagram, and they're like, "Oh, it's the same thing." It's really not. College is not the highlight reel that you see on Instagram. I want to repeat it for the people at the back. College is not a highlight reel. You know those aesthetic study photos? The ones where the girl, she's sipping a matcha, and then she has perfect parcel, and somehow she's still looking effortlessly radiant while studying quantum physics. Cute, don't you think? Love that for her. But let me paint you a picture. It's not true, right? So I'm gonna paint you a more realistic picture. Stay with me. So it's the start of the semester. You're feeling motivated. You tell yourself, you know what? This is gonna be the semester where I'll be organized. I'm gonna stay on top of deadlines, and I'm actually going to get 8 hours of sleep. Fast forward a few weeks, your planner is gathering dust, your sleep schedule is in it, and you just pulled an all-nighter for an assignment worth 15% of your grade. And the worst part, you still don't know, and you still do not understand what the professor says in class. Does this sound familiar? Because you're not alone. College will humble you. It will test you. It will have you questioning whether you actually chose this life or if someone secretly signed you up as a joke. But then, here's the real thing. Even if college will throw stuff at you, you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to figure it out overnight. And it's a process. It's a messy, it's a beautiful, sometimes chaotic process. And today, I'm giving you the hacks that makes it just a tad bit easier. The survival hacks that you will need to survive. The fix it. Right? The fix it hat. That's what I'm gonna call it. So number one is the bare minimum strategy. I know you're out here trying to be superhuman, you know, thinking your cousins with Superman, but you don't need to do a 10-step to-do list every single day. Some days, your best might be as simple as getting out of bed. It might be as simple as writing one sentence, or reading one page, or doing one thing. And that's not enough. Because productivity is not about doing everything, it's about doing something, just a little bit. Even a tiny one counts. So the next time that you're feeling that heavy weight of I'm not doing enough, you remind yourself you're not failing because you did not climb the whole mountain today. You're winning because you took one step, even when you did not feel like it. When everything feels overwhelming, just tackle one small task, one thing. You'll be surprised how momentum sneaks in when you least expect it. The number two fix it survival hack is the brain dump and walk away method. It's a straight up hack, especially when your brain is buzzing like a hive of bees and you're spiraling in the chaos of your to-do list. You know those nights when you can't sleep because you're running through a mental marathon? It's like you're trying to juggle 100 things and you try to drop them all at once. What you need is to grab your phone. Okay, I said grab your phone because it's a lot more easier to grab your phone than you grab a piece of paper. But if you can grab a piece of paper, actual paper, it's more legit. You set a 5 minute timer and then dump every single thought. No editing, no second guessing, no trying to sound intelligent. Because it's just basically you and you just get into it. And then once you're done, easing yourself from all those thoughts, you walk away. Yeah, let your brain chill for a minute. You'll be amazed at how much clarity comes when you stop fighting it. We're not robots. We're not meant to force creativity or clarity. Sometimes you just need to let go. You step back a little bit. Let your mind breathe. The ideas will come when you stop pushing so hard. Trust your mind. Trust it. Trust it. Your mind will reset when you step away from problems for a minute. Clarity hits when you least expect it. The third one is the 15-minute nap hack. Let's talk naps. Let's talk naps because I nap, and I know it's good to nap because I love sleep. Because when I sleep, I get re-energized, and so I know sleep is good for me. If you're in that, I don't need enough because I'm a superhero. Huh? Let me tell you, I got news for you. Naps are not for me. They're for powerhouses. The perfect nap is about 15 minutes. 15, not 30 or 60, because anything longer and you wake up like you've been kicked by a truck. 15 minutes is the sweet spot. It's long enough for your brain to hit refresh, but it's short enough so that you don't fall into the post snap haze where you're feeling all dizzy and you want to go back into sleep, and then from 15 minutes straight into 15 hours of sleep. So it's just kind of perfect for you. And again, it's been statistically proven, and so it's more like a perfect balance of sleep that you actually need to be energize yourself. The next time you're feeling like you're walking dead after a long day or sleepless night, take a quick 15-minute power nap. You wake up feeling like a new person. Naps are miracles. They're not signs of weaknesses or anything. They are your superpowers. Set the timer, close your eyes, and let your brain reset itself. Life is full of noise, demands, and a never ending list of things that could make you feel like you're failing behind. But here's the truth, you don't have to do it all today. You start with what's manageable. You start small, you start little, but the best part and the most important part is that you just start. Do the bare minimum if that's all you got in you today. Just do it. Because success is, right? It's not about constant grind. It's about finding balance, giving yourself grace, and trusting that even your smallest actions will take you somewhere big. And when things get crazy, you hit freedom. You walk away, you get the clarity you're looking for, and it will go a long way. Take the nap, do the bare minimum, right? Because doing the bare minimum to me is a lot better than not doing anything at all. And remember, just keep moving one step at a time because you're doing better, much better than you think. You're forced into making guys. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Okay, so I'm gonna move into the pressure to have it all. So college, where you're looking at other people and you're like, oh my gosh, how come my life is like this? Okay, let's talk real for a second. Okay, I know this, but I'm just gonna ask you guys this question just so you can, you know, interact with your mind a little bit. Have you ever scrolled through your feed? You looking at your friend's page, or just literally just going through your feed, and you're thinking, why does everyone else seem to have their life together? Like, why does everyone have their life together? Why just like you're scrolling through your friends, people you know, people you don't even know, and you're out here thinking to yourself, why am I over here really keeping it up in one piece? And I get it. That I've been there, literally. And guess what? Guess what? Hit two or spoiler alert. Everyone else is just as lost as you. Here's the harsh reality. College, life, adulthood is all one big game of pretend. We're all walking around acting like we got the secret sauce for success. Like we understand every lecture perfectly. Like we have our career path mapped out. Like we're killing it in every area, but in reality, most people are just winging it. Okay, they're just managing. Because nobody is ever going to walk up to you and tell you what they go through in the closet. That's why it's called the closet. No one knows what you're doing. Not even your professor. He might, no, the thing is, I mean, your professor might know what you're doing a little bit, not completely. Not your classmates. Not the ones with the perfect Instagram feed. Not even that one person who always seems to have your life together or animal. So let's unpack how to deal with that pressure because you're not the only one that feels it. And so it's something that handle and just balance. Number one is called the silent room. You know how it feels when you're stuck in the grind? You're looking around and all you see is other people's successes. It's easy to feel like you're left behind. You're making progress. That's it. Even if it doesn't feel like it. I don't care how small it seems. If you got out of bed today, that counts. If you read one page, if you're listening to this podcast and it's motivating you to actually do something, if you showed up for a lecture or you did one thing that moves you closer to your goals, guess what? That counts. Here's one rule. Here's the rule I want you to live by. Once a week, write down three things you did by. Even if you're little, even if you don't think they don't matter, they do. This is about giving yourself credit for the silent wins, the things no one else notices but you. Trust me, after a few weeks, you will start to see just how much you're actually doing. It's like a mental bank of proof that you're moving forward. Even if feels like you're stuck. You don't need to be doing everything at once to be progressive. Celebrate the small because they add up faster than you think. And then another one is the 90-day experiment rule. Okay. When you're caught in that endless loop of, I don't know what I'm doing, and you feel like no matter what you try, it's not just working, you're running in place and getting tired, right? Here's what I want you to do. Pick one thing in your life that feels off and just try something new. Guess what? If you keep doing what you always did, you're gonna get what you always got. It could be your study method, your routine, or that side hustle you've been too scared to start. Or even if you've started it, it might be that maybe you're not doing it properly. Maybe the marketing strategies stuff just supposed to be doing. So change that. Whatever it is, just change one thing and give it 90 days. Be consistent with that change. So now, here's why 90 days works. Because it's 3 months. It's long enough to see meaningful change, but it's short enough to not feel overwhelming. You'll be shocked at how much can happen when you actually commit to shifting just one thing in your life. And listen, I know change is scary. In a world where instant results, but real transformation doesn't just happen overnight. It happens over time. Give yourself grace to experiment, to make mistakes, and to learn. In 90 days, you can transform something in your life. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. The thing about consistency is you don't have to be perfect. Because the more you keep doing one thing, sooner or later you're going to be perfect. That's not how you're going to be perfect. At some point, you're going to be perfect. Commit to trying something different and watch how it shifts everything. So here's the takeaway. Life is not a straight line. It's messy. It's uncertain. It has ups, it has downs. And sometimes it feels like we're fumbling through a pitch black room with no map. And that's okay. That's honestly okay. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. None of us do. So stop putting that pressure on yourself because you're exactly where you need to be. Everything is aligning for your good. Trust that every step, every quiet win is leading you somewhere. You don't need the whole map. You really don't. Just the next step. Keep going. Hooray! Celebrate the small stuff. Take the 90-day challenge. Experiment. Adjust. And remember, progress isn't always loud. Sometimes it's silent. It's silent. That's what the miracle is. So moving on to the fourth segment, which is the motivation myth. Let's get something straight. Motivation is a scam. I know, you've heard it thousands of times before. Wait for the motivation. You might not even have heard it, right? It might be something that you feel. Okay, let's say you're feeling a little bit down, a little bit depressed, and you're telling yourself that, I'm gonna do this when I get the motivation, right? And then I'm gonna be unstoppable. That moment is probably never gonna come. It might come now, like you might feel like it. Let's say you go on YouTube or you go somewhere and you see a static post, you see motivational posts, and then you feel, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, right? You might feel it, but then the time comes where you outgrow those motivations, and then those type of motivations cannot motivate you anymore. And then what will happen? What's gonna happen? You're sitting there, you're waiting for that perfect burst of energy, but it's not coming. You're waiting for the light bulb moments that's gonna click, that will magically push you into productivity, but it's not coming. Because here's the hard truth. It doesn't work like that. Motivation is a fleeting feeling. It comes and it goes whenever it wants. It's like the weather, right? And most of the time, it's nowhere to be found when you need it the most. So what's the answer when that motivational wave doesn't crash over you? Simple. You make yourself the move, even when you don't feel like it. Here's how to break free from the myth. Number one, the 5 minute rule. Listen, I get it. The thought of sitting down to tackle a project or a mountain of tasks is enough to make you want to curl up in a blanket and pretend the world doesn't exist. But here's the hack. Tell yourself you're only doing it for 5 minutes. Just 5. No pressure, no expectation to finish the whole thing. You're not committing to hours of work. You're just saying, I'll give it 5 minutes. And that's it. Here's where the miracle happens. After those 5 minutes, most of the time, you'll keep going. Because the hardest part is actually starting. And once you've broken that initial barrier, you realize that the task isn't as terrifying as it seemed. And then you realize that, oh my goodness, I could actually do this. Why was I procrastinating? Right? And the thing is, the hardest thing is just to start. Because 5 minutes turns into 10, 10 turns into 30, and suddenly you made a dent in that mountain. Game-changing takeaway. Motivation won't show up when you need it, but it will start getting when you need it. Commit to 5 minutes and see where it takes you. So number 2, romanticize the hard stuff. Let's talk about those tasks you absolutely dread. Study, chores, work. Those things you can't just seem to bring yourself to do. Here's the secret. If you're gonna do it, make it a vibe. Make it count. I said it. If you have to study, don't sit at that boring desk with zero inspiration. Turn it into an experience. Light up a candle. Put on your favorite show playlist. Wrap yourself in a cozy blanket and invite listeners to the most aesthetic way possible. The mood you create around the task is everything. Make it an experience that you actually want to dive into it. Don't just settle for, oh, I'm gonna get this done, like it's some kind of punishment. Because if you move into that activity with that mindset, it's gonna turn into something that you want to do so fast, and you don't even care how you're doing it, just because of how you came in with that mindset. When you turn the hard stuff into something you look forward to, even if it's just a little, it feels more doable, and I dare say fun. I'm not saying it'll make studying for finals feel like a day at the beach, but you'll be surprised how much better it feels when you approach it with a little bit of creativity and joy. You don't have to suffer through boring tasks. You turn them into something you can enjoy. Add the little things that make it better, even if it's just a playlist or a cute mug. So here's the bottom line. Motivation is nice when it shows up. If it shows up, but it's not something you can rely on. If we're talking long-term success, like a long-term enjoyable college experiences, motivation is not the key. If you're waiting for it to hit like a wave, you're gonna be stuck. Instead, start with action, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Turn hard tasks into moments you actually look forward to. Because here's the secret to all of it. You don't need motivation to get started. You need to start to find motivation. So stop waiting for the perfect moment to begin. Just dive in. The results, they will go. And when they do, you'll be so glad you didn't wait around for some mythical force to carry it. You're the one who makes the magic happen. I don't care what anyone tells you. College, life, everything you're juggling, it's not about having it all figured out. It's about embracing the mess, navigating through the unknown, and growing through it all. That's where the magic happens. So take it one step at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself with trying to have everything together. Just focus on what's right in front of you. Celebrate your wins, big or small, because they all matter. Even if it's just getting out of bed or showing up when you didn't feel like it counts. And when in doubt, remind yourself that you got this. If you found value in this episode, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Because we all need reminders that we're not alone in this journey. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button because this is just the beginning. Back to basic. It's not going anywhere. We're in this together. Until next time, keep shining, stay smart, stay focused, and most importantly, stay you. Love y'all.